Hello and welcome to the Beaute Industrie podcast, your online support community for the professional beauty industry. I am your host, founding director of Beaute Industrie, Tamara. Here we are closing the competitive gap and speaking your language. This is a platform created and dedicated to the professional beauty industry, valuing community over competition. We serve to help connect you with inspiration from industry experts, expand your knowledge through educational pieces, and bring you the latest in product and technology innovation. This is Beaute Industrie. Well, hello there. This is our 40th episode and I am so ecstatic to be bringing it to your ears. First of all, how can I start a 40th milestone episode without thanking every single one of you gorgeous human beings for joining me along this pathway? I know I use the word journey a lot, and that's exactly what it's been. It's been one hell of a journey, and I wouldn't change anything for it. I have just been absolutely blown away by the support and the warmth and the opportunity to create community for you guys. And everyone along the journey has just been a breath of fresh air for me. There have been people sliding into the DMs and messaging me via text and sending me emails just with the most beautiful, beautiful messages. And I just feel so honored, truly honored, to be able to actually deliver this content to your ears in a space that feels to me, and I hope it feels to you as well, quite sacred. And there's really unlike anything else in this capacity out there in the industry. So I feel very, very privileged. There are so many of you now in our community, and it warms my heart. The messages that are coming through of people telling me that, you know, they almost shut their doors on their salon, that they nearly left the industry to become a PT or a nurse, or that they were just in tears before they found Beaute Industrie is just wild to me. And I just cannot thank you enough, because without you guys in the professional beauty industry every single day, well, there would be no job for me to have. I originally started Beaute Industrie because I was in educational and repping roles, and I'm traveling around throughout the country to traditional, corporate, franchise, all of these different beauty spaces. And everyone was asking me the same questions. Tamara, I'm running out of time. How can I do my marketing campaign for the end of the year? Or, Tamara, am I not retaining enough staff? They seem to be leaving me and I don't know what to do. Or, is this my financial end of year figures? Are they good enough, or do they compare to other people in the industry? And I just struck to me one day, I thought, is nobody having these conversations with each other? You know, I felt like if I ran a beauty business and there was a day spa or a clinic or a salon down the road, I would go up and I would knock on the door and be like, hey, I own the day spa down the street. Can we grab a coffee together? Because this is hard. And in 2019, it is so hard to run a beauty business, and the tenacity and the passion and the dedication that I see in beauty business owners these days is like, wow, I take my hat off to you so much. Being in Beaute Industrie this year, I am now full-time in this as a startup, and I couldn't be more proud in saying that, because it hasn't always been that way. I have had a job previously, but I've left that job and I'm feeling absolutely just overwhelmingly excited to actually start on this startup journey. And I can see how difficult it is. You know, I have run beauty businesses before, directed beauty businesses before, associated and assisted, but this is a whole new level. And I'm really starting to completely immerse myself in understanding what it's like to be your complete own business owner and how isolating it is out there. And that's the exact reason why I've created this platform. Luckily enough, along this pathway and along the past couple of months and years since Beaute Industrie has been about, through this platform, I've been able to connect with the most amazing people I couldn't even dream of entering into my life and having them come in here. And beautiful people like Lisa Dawson from the Uniform Stylist, for example, my gorgeous friend Bernie from Elevate Hub. I know that there are women now being a startup that I can actually call at any time of the day, morning, night, evening, text, Instagram, and these women have my back. And it's not just those two, there are so many more, but this is exactly what I wanted to bring to Beaute Industrie. And I'm so happy and just so thankful that it's been a wild ride. But here we are. In saying that it's been a wild ride, it hasn't always been easy. And as a business owner, I'm sure if you're listening to this, you are probably nodding, going, yes, sister, this is not easy. And one thing that I've figured out along the way is how hard it is for us as business owners. And I even deep dive that, us as women, it's so hard for us to ask for money. Right? And to put a value on ourselves. As everybody knows, we have a mentoring program, we have our monthly membership, we have our podcast, we have our blogs, we have events. There are so many different ways in which, to be quite frank, I ask you guys for money. You know, I want you to support us at the event so that I can support you. I want you to support us on the mentoring ship so that I can support your teams. I want you to support us in the monthly membership so that I can further support your business, you know. And it's really difficult to ask for money. So I've been doing a lot of work personally and professionally on the stories that I tell myself and the beliefs that I have and how those both align with my values. And one thing I realized I had was a money story. And if you don't know what a money story is a story you tell yourself about money. So, for example, if you see a rich person with a Chanel bag and she's in high heels and she's got a fabulous hat on, you might look at her and go, oh, what a rich snobby bitch, you know? And I when you do that, I want you to ask yourself, why do I feel like that? You know, or for me the other day, I was sending an invoice and it was quite a large sum invoice. And before pressing the send button, I thought, oh, it just felt ick to me. Are they going to pay it? Am I worth it? Do I have enough experience to be charging this much? And I just sat with myself and I wanted to say, Tamara, why are you feeling this way? And so in all honesty, I didn't grow up in the most affluent of homes. You know, by any means, we were not well off. We were just a normal Australian household. But the feelings associated with money when the credit card bill came in, or, you know, when a huge bill came in, it was a tense time, you know. And so that imprinted on me, and I didn't even realize this was a thing until I'd been doing this personal and self-development. But that actually imprints on us between the age of 1 and 7. And that actually is how we travel throughout life with that same feeling or mentality around money. So why I'm telling you this is because I've been speaking with a lot of business owners lately about new services they're bringing in, or even with B2B educators and sales reps or account managers. And people have been asking me the question, what if my client can't afford it? Or how do you know somebody's going to pay this much? Or how do I know what I'm going to charge? And it's a really good question that I can't really give you an answer to. But what I felt around this was almost the feeling of like a fraud. You know, how can I know what I'm doing? And I guess at the end of the day, everyone is just winging it until you learn. You know, your first facial, you went in there, you shut the door and you just performed it because you knew the bones of how to perform a facial, but maybe you didn't know the complete sequence of that treatment menu. You know, if you're in a consultant stage, you just go in and you consult the team or you consult the business owner that you're with, and until the session goes great or not so great, you just wing it. And so I want to share this message with you today on our 40th episode, is that everyone is just bloody doing the best job that they can do. Everyone is winging it. Everyone has money stories, but the best thing is that you can actually get over these stories. So just to give you a little tip, what I'm doing every time I, maybe look at somebody who's a bit prettier than me, or look at somebody who in business is doing better than me, or, maybe they've got a dream car and I love that car. I look at them now and I register what I'm feeling and I go, hang on, Tamara, why are you feeling this way? And for what purpose are you feeling this way? Generally, there's no purpose. Why would I feel jealous, or why would I feel that competitive nature? It doesn't serve me. It actually harbors me negative energy. And that's what I want to bring to you in that underlining, resounding message of Beaute Industrie, that you're just doing the best you can, but so that you can level up. And when I say level up, so that you can feel like you're doing a better job, so that you can present to your clients better, help your team better, be a better wife, be a better sister, be a better mum, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. And I know you can do it, but through the help of the Beaute Industrie community, our mentoring, our memberships, our incredible Facebook group, that is where you're going to find the tools and the resources to back you and to give you more of that kick up the butt that maybe you need, that does help you press the button on sending that invoice, or does help you charge $125 for a facial or $175 for a massage, or whatever it is. Funnily enough, men don't generally have this same problem. They suck. Why don't they have the same problem? They just feel so much more confident. When I talk to my husband or I talk to friends and family, they're like, just push the button, Tamara, just charge this person and just do this and just do that. And it's so easy for people to say, just do it. But I just think as men, they don't tell themselves as many stories as we do as women. I think we're in our head a lot more than they are. And hence why we're from two completely different universes, as you would know. But it's quite interesting to me that men don't have this problem. And especially in the beauty industry, we are kinetic people, really. We are givers, we're nurturers, we're carers, and for us it's very unusual for us to ask for help or ask for a handout or show value on ourselves, because often we're the givers. So I want you to take this message and really run with it. And I'd love you to contact me if you have any thoughts, feelings, queries, or questions around it. And let me know when you go into your next session of whatever it is, charging a client, creating a treatment menu and putting your costings down, or maybe even paying for something. What are the feelings that you associate with that, and how can you actually change those feelings so that it creates a better feeling for you to go about your business? Now, when you challenge yourself and you question yourself on why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, I always want you to come back to your internal values. And these can be your personal values if you're making a personal decision, or professional values if you're making a professional decision. And so I've spoken about values a lot on the podcast, but values are 3 or 5 words, which they're kind of like your core non-negotiables. So for us, one is support, and I'm non-negotiable on that. Anyone wants my help, I'm absolutely here to do so, and I will always try my best to support everyone in every capacity. So when I'm making a decision, be that financial or not, I come back and I ask myself, Tamara, how is this decision going to represent your values? Is it going to be supportive of Beaute Industrie? Is it going to be supportive of yourself and your lifestyle? Is it going to be supportive of the community and the content that we bring to you? So you need to start getting absolutely rock solid on what your values are, and just do not move from them. I found over many years of making decisions for myself and for others that when I make reactive decisions, so, somebody will say to me, oh, Tamara, can you sign up this new program, or can you partner with us on this? When I make a split decision in the moment and I go, yep, absolutely, it's not a problem, let me just do it, and I feel almost pressured, or I feel like I can't say no, that's generally a reactive decision, and that has negative consequences because I haven't taken the time to align that decision with my values. Whereas what I've come to learn is that people don't need a decision right then and there, literally in this moment. So you can actually take some time and say, look, I just need to sleep on this for a moment, and I'll come back to you if that's okay within 24 hours. So then you can actually go home, have a chat to the Beaute community or your husband or your people around you, your friends, your family, whoever, even message me if you like, and sit in your space and your true self, free from ego, and say, okay, how is this decision going to look like if I say yes? And what is it going to look like if I say no? And which of the two options there align better with my personal and my professional values? Only then, when you've had that reflection, can you go ahead and you will always make the right decision. Now, I know some of you may be thinking and looking at this title of the episode and going, why would Tamara celebrate a 40th episode of the podcast? I mean, there's only 10 more episodes to go. Why wouldn't she celebrate the 50th episode? And I just thought, why the bloody hell not? Right? I mean, there are so many times in life where life just passes me by and I miss out on reflection time and I miss out on those special moments, and only in hindsight and looking back can I go, oh wow, actually yes, that was a great thing that happened. So when I saw that it was going to be the 40th episode, I was like, stuff it. I am going to celebrate. And as a business owner in my own business by myself, it's important for me to stop and to reflect. And I wanted to share this message with you because generally, business owners, we don't have a chat and we don't celebrate the wins because there's a lot of tall poppy syndrome here in Australia, and we don't typically like to hear about the wins that other people are having. But I want you, and this is exactly why every Friday night we put in our Facebook group, and I'd love you to come on in there and join if you haven't already. But we always put congratulations and celebrations on a Friday night to celebrate your wins. So I want you to just take that and just think, if Tamara can celebrate 40 episodes of a podcast, what can I celebrate in my life? And it can be anything at all. Maybe you've hired a really great therapist. Maybe if you're a therapist, you made a really great sale, or maybe you attended a class that you've wanted to attend in years. Maybe somebody has just made you smile. Maybe you've got fantastic results. Maybe you hit your end of month financial goals. Whatever it may be, we need to stop and we need to be grateful of these special moments, and we actually need to celebrate them. So congratulations to you for whatever you are celebrating, and always know that I'm here to support you. And if you feel like you cannot message anyone else, or, you think, oh, I don't want to say that because I'm going to sound like I'm up myself, I would love so much for you to message me and go, Tamara, this is what I'm celebrating this week. And I, lady, will cheers you, because that is pretty phenomenal. So just to recap today's 40th episode, I am going to put out to the universe what I'd love to see by episode 80. So, oh goodness, so many things. By then, our monthly membership program will have just skyrocketed. I already know that because you guys are giving me the best feedback when you're on there going through the program at the moment. We are going to have more events. We're going to go national in 2020. So that means hopefully if you're listening from Tasmania, South Australia, WA, even NT, I would love to be seeing you by then. And please, if you do want us over there, let me know, because that's how I know that, you're loving the content and you're loving the community. And by our 80th episode, I hope that you are filled with inspiration, motivation, you're staying up to date with the latest innovation, and just kicking ass in yourself, in your business, in your team, and with your clients, and just spreading that amazing community and culture all over the joint. As always, this episode could not be possible without your beautiful ears and your beautiful mind, and you beautiful humans and women in business. And I want to thank you. I cannot tell you how special it is for me to be running Beaute Industrie, and just the messages that we get is just, honestly, it warms my heart so much and makes my day every single day. So I want to share that with you, and I hope that I make your day every single time you listen to a podcast episode. So thank you again for listening. You know where to find us across all of the channels on social media at Beaute Industrie. You can always email myself at tamara@beauteindustrie.com, or follow me across any of the social media channels at Tamara Shaw Reid. Until next time, stay connected.